Hi. So today we're going to discuss and understand what are the three major components that define as a project. I have been always fascinated that the amount of project managers or project directors that was already in the industry doesn't clearly define about the meaning of a project. So in this video, we will discuss what are the three major components and how each component is related to each other. So a project is a temporary undertaking of a desired product or expected result in a specific timeline. There will be a specific start or a finish working on a specific budget. So these three components are the specific scope of work, the resources, and schedule. These three components will work together as a team. It means that if you will change one of these components, the other components will be affected as well. Let us discuss and go through each component one by one. Specific scope means what is the desired output or the desired product that we are expecting to do for this project. So if you have a specific task to do, and it is defined, it will be classified as one of the points to consider as a project. So required resources are actually the required funds, the required people, the required machineries that you need in able to perform the project. So scheduling is the establishing of a definite start date and a completion date of the scope of work that is being assigned for this project. So as each components affect each other, for example, if you will increase a work scope for a project, the resources you need will also significantly increase in order to meet the specific requirement for the project. Same as the timeline. If the scope of work increases, of course, the timeline to perform, you will be requiring more time to perform these projects on a case-to-case basis. So there are actually many considerations that will affect the project performance. So as mentioned, number one is how big is the scope of work of this project, how much funding that you will require for this project, and also how much of the time that you will allow for this project in order to be done fully 100%. Let's recognize the diversity of projects. So projects can be defined by size. It can be large or small. For example, you may be doing a big resort project or a big villa project or a big hotel development project, which considered as a large. Or you can only just defining like a simple home repair work job for your home, which considered be a small job. So both of these samples can be classified as a project. So a project also can be diversified in the size of the people that you're going to use. So in a bigger project, you will be using more resources or more workers for your project, or it can be just you doing a simple home repair for anything in your home. So both of this, whether you require big resources, large resources, or small amount of resources, can be classified as a project. So a project can be defined also by a legal contract, or is just by a simple promissory agreement between two parties or two persons. A bigger project would be going into a contract, or a simple home repair that a friend of you called to ask him to repair something in your home could be done verbally with the said agreement of the price and the specific work and the time needed to complete the specific job. So project can be diversified as a business related or personal. So doing projects for other companies for a specific job or specific project, or just doing something for yourself. For example, you're doing some home repair, as I mentioned, in your home, It can be personal, it can be also business related. So no matter how you classify each project, big or small, many worker or less worker, small funding or large funding, personal or business related, all of this will require the three components that we mentioned, which is it must have a specific scope of task, the desired output. It must be defined with the resources that you're gonna need, and number three is the time or the schedule that you're gonna need to perform this project. Okay, so that's it, and I hope from now on you understand what is the definition of a project. Thank you, and I will see you on the next video.